Oh yeah, again, that's why I tell people, I make it very clear for people, don't ever insult me like that. Sorry, I'm not out. I'm not out for the gimme. You want to play with the children of the Freeman movement, or the children of the sovereignty, sovereign citizen, patriot, or whatever movement. Go ahead, but don't lump me in with that bunch of shitheads. Sorry, I'm
I always
being very gentle.
I always like that. Well, I'm a man who is free, but aren't you as well? Response.
Well, see, one of the things that really gets my goat about the whole concept of free man, when you claim to be a free man, you were actually stating that you were a bondsman. A free man was someone who had a lord that ruled them. The free man on the land was one that could walk freely based on the permissions of the lord that they served. That's what a free man is. Okay? So I need people to get that. And the true sovereign is not one who rules. A true sovereign is one that serves. A sovereign must be the highest servant of all. Everything has to be equal and opposite at the same time. It must be all powerful and all humble at the same time. Only in that neutral zone will a sovereign truly exist, or can a sovereign truly exist. That's why when I look at things like the Queen of England, the pompous fat bitch that she is, the arrogance that is presented with these pompous, arrogant fools walking around in their robes and finery, pretending to be something they're not, and all the while enslaving the people they claim to serve. So that's the difference. If you want to know what a dictator slash sovereign master is, we'll have a look at any of the royal families around the world. Look at the presidents, the prime ministers, and dictators. They're all the same, right? So just want to make that point clear. They're very quick at branding. That's what they do. That's exactly what they do, because it makes it easy to train their dogs, right? They say that something is a ball, go get it. The dog goes and gets it. So the ball in this case is called Freeman on the land, or sovereign. That's why they like sticking the labels on it. Even had I already told you guys, they had the nerve of putting that on the paperwork when they gave me 28 days for showing them that their entire system was corrupt. But like I said, I educated quite a few people within excuse me, their system inside, and I made even more scratch their heads. That by the end of it, the people that I had got to know in the court, the bailiffs, you get to see them a few times, right? And when they find out what's actually going on and what it is, it's interesting when the people that are, their job is to make sure that you're in this little cage, when they're coming to you saying, Kate, do whatever you got to do to get out of here. You should not be here. And I said, I know. I remember one guy, I think it was about the fourth time I was on the same thing going to the court, so I just had a field day with him. But anyway, he looked at me and, asked me why I was doing this. And I just looked him in the eyes and I said, there are some people on this planet that have the ability to speak where others can't, won't, for whatever reason, whether they're not savvy enough or whether they're too shy or whatever. I just happen to be one of those beings that is not afraid to speak for whatever price I have to pay, because of people like you wearing that uniform who don't know what's going on and will not speak for yourself. That's why I'm here. He got it. I'll tell you, because both those guys, the ones I'm referring to, that wanted to see me out of there as fast as I could get out of there, shook my hand before I left and thanked me. Those are the seeds I'm talking about. Those are the seeds that make people stand back and scratch their own heads wondering, what the fuck am I doing here? Yeah, it's a good question. Ask yourself enough times when you're actually seeing the truth for what it is and you continue doing it. You ask yourself enough times, eventually you stop because you know better. It's kind of how it works, right? At least that's how it works for me, but then what do I know? I'm just some crazy tranny trying to change the world I live in. And I'm okay with that. It works for me. What separated me from other free men on the land and sovereigns and what have you, that was the very thing that separated me from them. Because, you see, I wasn't going after anything. I had no reason other than truth. Everything was fine with me. I was, I had decent things going on, but I had decided that there was too much going wrong in the world. I wasn't going out looking for this, that, and the other thing that the typical free man on the land wants and goes for. I'm not interested in it. What I was interested in is the truth, and that's the intent difference. That's where your intent is different than people that are. Let's just say, most people won't react to anything unless something wakes them up to it. It makes them, something goes wrong, and all of a sudden they have to fix it, right? Me, there was nothing wrong. I had nothing to fix. I went out with a sledgehammer and busted everything up. That's the difference, right? So no, that's exactly the same position. What you're doing is the same position I took, and I know of a few others that have done the same. And it's because of that the truth will be so much stronger, because you know how to stand. You didn't go into this because you thought you had something to gain. You went into this with the complete idea that two people were being hurt. That's where I went in. I didn't have 2 years ago what I'm sharing now. So the difference now is we're going into it a whole lot wiser and with sledgehammers of truth that buckles the system.